Lauren was chilling in her apartment when she got a phone call from her work friend who was on maternity leave. "Hey, how's my bestie?" her friend asked. "Are you still single? Because I think I have found the perfect guy for you." "Yeah, I'm still single. I'm not sure about dating right now, though." Lauren had experienced a lot of difficulty on the dating front. She'd survived the first few by wearing dresses and keeping everything covered, but as soon as she wore anything casual, out slipped the butt crack and a lot of guys couldn't handle the embarrassment. "Oh, come on, it'll be fun," her friend insisted. "We'll come too. It can be a double date. Wear something casual because we're going bowling." "Oh, casual doesn't work for me. Can I not wear a dress instead?" Lauren asked. "Are you still worried about your ass crack showing every time you bend over?" "Jesus Christ, crack happens, babe. Do you realize how many times my butt crack has shown in public and I've been married for nearly 10 years? If he's the right guy for you, he won't care." Lauren felt reassured by her friend's words and agreed to the date. She arrived at the bowling alley in a white shirt coupled with a gray cardigan and mid-rise dark blue jeans. She had got there early, so headed to the bar to grab a drink while she waited for the others to arrive. She sat at the bar facing the rest of the customers and, unsurprisingly, had a couple of inches of butt crack on display. Lauren's friend arrived shortly after with her husband and the young lady's date for the night. "Lauren!" she called out excitedly. "Melissa! Hi, babe, great to see you." Lauren and Melissa ran to give each other a hug as they hadn't seen each other in a while. "I'm so glad you came," Melissa exclaimed. "You remember my husband Dan? And this is our friend Matt." Lauren was instantly attracted to Matt and thought he was extremely cute. "It's nice to meet you," Matt said with a charming smile. "Nice to meet you too, meet," Lauren blurted out in a mixture of nerves and anticipation. Meet you too, Matt." "You're so funny," Melissa laughed. "Right, let's grab some drinks and then shall we get started?" Just then, Melissa dropped her phone on the floor and bent down to pick it up. As she did, she flashed her butt crack to her 3 companions, and they all got a pretty clear view. Lauren decided to analyze Matt's reaction to Melissa's crack show, and to her relief, he seemed to like it. He smiled and gave an approving nod to her friend's vertical smile, and suddenly she didn't feel so worried about any potential slips of her own. The quartet headed towards their lane and got ready to play. Dan was in a very happy mood, having just got another glimpse of his wife's ass crack, and Matt was really looking forward to getting to know Lauren. "So, Melissa says you're a teacher?" Matt asked. "Yeah, I am. I've been a teacher for 2 years now," Lauren responded. "Melissa and I work together at the same school, but she's on maternity leave right now. What about you? What do you do?" "I work in construction. We're currently working on a big project in the middle of town, rebuilding that pub that got damaged last year in the storm." "Oh, wow, that's great. Not about the building being damaged, that's bad. But that's a great job to get, though." As Lauren was talking, she noticed that her shoelaces had become undone. "Oh, shoot, better do those up." Lauren bent over to tie her shoelaces and, in doing so, put on a 3-inch butt crack display. Matt couldn't believe his luck. First, his friend's wife was showing crack, and now his date was showing crack too. "I don't want to trip and embarrass myself," Lauren joked as she kept tying. No, embarrassing yourself, that would be pretty bad," Matt replied, as he was so shocked by Lauren's exposed ass that he didn't know what to say. "Do you want to sit down? I think Dan and Melissa are bowling before us." "Sure." Lauren made her way over to the seating area in the lane and sat next to Matt. Matt leaned back and saw Lauren's butt crack sticking out. He had to be careful to maintain eye contact with his date, whilst also making sure he got plenty of glimpses. Lauren would occasionally lean forward to take a sip of her drink, and Matt's eyes would widen in arousal as her butt crack would slip out further. It was then Lauren's turn to bowl. She made sure to choose a light ball as she didn't like anything too heavy. She picked up her ball, made her way over to the lane, and got ready to bowl. She leaned down and thrust the ball forward with half of her butt crack now fully on display. She stayed still for a couple of seconds whilst the ball made its way down the lane towards the pins. "Strike," Matt thought to himself as his date's ass had significantly breached its headquarters. "You lucky bastard," Dan exclaimed to Matt with an approving nudge. "You've got to marry this girl. You can't miss out on a lifetime of that. Take it from me, man." "How many times have you seen Melissa's butt crack?" Matt asked out of curiosity. "I don't know. Hundreds. I hope that lady never finds out what a belt is. And I hope for your sake, Lauren doesn't either." Dan pledged with sincerity. "I'm telling you, she came around our house one day for a summer barbecue, and pretty much the whole thing was sticking out. She only found out when our daughter tossed a sausage in her ass. I don't know how she's not aware of it. Matt became so aroused by Dan's story about Lauren that he jizzed his pants then and there. Lauren's butt crack would remain a staple throughout the night. Every time she sat, every time she threw a ball, every time she bent down for something, her crack was in full view. At one point, it became an oblivious competition between Lauren and Melissa to see who could show the most crack. Melissa had about half of hers on display for the final couple of bowls, so much so that a kid from the next lane couldn't stop staring and had to have his eyes covered by his mother, who disapproved of the rear view that her son was getting from these two ladies. The night came to an end with Lauren winning by 3 points. Melissa finished a close second with Dan and Matt a long way back in third and fourth. The guys far too distracted by the butt show that they were treated to, and it completely threw them off their game. "You guys suck tonight," Melissa mocked as she and Lauren walked arm in arm. "Yeah, we did. You guys put on a cracking display." Dan clapped back with Matt giggling in the background. "You know it." Melissa grabbed Dan and pulled him over to the side so that Matt and Lauren could talk. "Hey, I really enjoyed tonight," Matt declared. "I had a great time. You fancy doing this again? Maybe just the two of us?" Yeah, I'd really like that." Lauren's eyes lit up, coupled with a warm smile. She gave Matt a goodnight kiss before running excitedly over to Dan and Melissa. "Guess who's got a second date?" Melissa squealed with excitement for her friend. "And the best part is, I don't think my butt crack showed all night. Man, I am winning tonight. Woo!" Lauren walked back to her car. Dan and Melissa looked at each other and then burst out laughing. "Didn't show butt crack? Ha! I didn't show any crack, did I?" Melissa queried. "You? Never," Dan sarcastically responded. "It's not like you to have half your butt hanging out."